Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's fantastic to see so many of you here today. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the BIFA Freight Service Awards ceremony is now celebrating its 34th year, all of which, except one, have been held here at this wonderful, wonderful venue. Demand for tickets this year has been phenomenal, and we welcome a record number of you here today. To get our proceedings underway this afternoon, please welcome to the stage immediate past Director General of BIFA, Robert Keane.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks, Paul. I know I have to rip half of this up because you've already covered some of the things I was going to say. But thanks, everybody. Thanks for supporting the 34th Awards. Especially, we always thank the sponsors at this time, because without the sponsors, we'd never get this show underway. Especially the fact that somebody from the sponsor always gives up a day and helps us with the judging, which keeps it purely independent. And you'll see the sponsors' names throughout the lunch, and Paul will read them out in a short while. So you heard I'm now immediate past Director General. My last awards, and I'm pleased to introduce my successor, Steve Parker. A lot of you know him already, and he's already hit the ground running. He's already in the Secretariat during the handover period, and he's looking forward to meeting lots of you at the end. So, my first awards, the first time I came here was in 1998. We had about 350 people here, and as Paul said, today we've got 650. We also had to turn down about 60 or 70 on a waiting list, and it's the largest ever. It's going to be a bit noisy, so please, when people are speaking and when the awards are taking place, please try and give them the applause they deserve, because the noise does build up a little bit. So, I'm not going to talk much further, just to say that not only is this the biggest awards we've ever held, the association's in great shape. Again, if I go back to when I joined, we had about 1,250 members. Now we've got nearly 1,650. The industry's growing, the industry's continuing to be exciting. So we've got more members than we've ever had. We've trained more people than we've ever had. And, you know, we've got the biggest awards going. So I'm not sure we're going to get in the Guinness Book of Records today, but for us, it's a personal record. Enjoy your lunch. I'm going to be back later on. Thank you very much. What are you doing here?
Stay there for a second.
All right. I didn't know about this.
Caught Bob by surprise. As National Chair for BIFA, it is a great privilege to be able to say thank you to Bob, not just on behalf of the association, but also from me personally, for the many years of service that he has given to our industry. You will now all be aware that Bob has stepped down from his position of Director General and handed over the reins into the very capable hands of Steve Parker. It's not farewell, however, because we have managed to secure the services, knowledge and expertise that Bob brings for an extended period into 2023 while he continues his role within the FIATA presidency. As members of the association, we are all very fortunate to have rubbed shoulders with Bob and to have been employed in an industry which he is incredibly proud and passionate about, a great leader and a huge ambassador for our sector. Our association is accomplished, well-respected and stronger because of Bob. Members, colleagues, council, regional and board representatives, we have all benefited from the steerage and direction provided by Bob, especially as we continue to navigate the perpetual challenges of the global supply chain. Thank you, Bob, for delivering us to this next chapter in the association's history. It has been an absolute pleasure to work alongside you. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in saying thank you once more and applauding the work of Mr. Robert Keane.
Well, thank you, everybody. I didn't know that was going to happen. I was going to try and slip out quietly, but that's not going to be the case. So anyhow, you've got a long time to wait to lunch, so I'm going to get off the stage quickly, but thanks again.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we welcome the finalists to the stage to collect their certificates, please take a moment to thank the returning sponsors for supporting the event once again and welcoming new sponsors. The 2022 award categories have been sponsored by Albacore Systems, American Airlines Cargo, Box Top Technologies, Descartes Systems, IAG Cargo, Macbeth Insurance Brokers, Port Express, CTEC Outsource. Our new sponsor is Time IT, TT Club and Virgin Atlantic Cargo. And those sponsoring elements of today's ceremony are ASM UK Limited, CNS, Forward Solutions, MCP PLC, Simpex Express Freight, and Woodland Group. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the BIFA President, Sir Peter Bottomley.
On behalf of the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition, welcome. I understand Kevin Keegan is going to talk about freight, so I'll talk about football. It wasn't really my game, but at school I used to appear in each age group as A and other during the flu epidemic, until one day someone bumped into me, they fell down, they broke their elbow, so I was put in the first team against the Chelsea Football Club juniors. That game ended with 2 people in hospital about halfway through the second half, so I thought I'd retire from football. Except I'm going to ask you a question. Who here has exchanged passes with Bobby Charlton at Old Trafford? Who here has let in a goal at Wembley? The Westminster Wobblers weren't really a very good team, and when Bobby passed the ball to me in a charity match, he asked for it back rather quickly. In the Wembley game for children in need, we have 3 captains in the House Commons team, 1 Liberal, 1 Labour, 1 Conservative, and the other 2 insist on me playing on the left wing. It's their idea of a joke. I said to a friend, did you watch the game? Because it was broadcast. He said, yes, very boring, except for that spectacular goal in the last minute. Well, our goalkeeper was even more useless than I was, and I'd been put in goal for the second half, so I was the one who let the ball in, so I've took a degree of pride in that. The only other thing I want to say to you, because I want to keep up to date, is you may know that the San Siro Stadium in Milan is shared by AC Milan and Inter Milan. I was there in the days when I was exporting, doing my own freight forwarding, in about 1970, I can't get the year exactly right, when AC Milan were the world champions. They'd just gone and beaten the South Americans. They came to a mixed home game where they were playing against AC Milan, so everyone goes in half wearing red, half wearing blue. And because they've all got the same colours because they share the stadium, they all came out wearing blue because Inter Milan had beaten AC Milan. And the headline in Italian, but I'll give it to you in English, was AC Milan, best in the world, Inter Milan, best in Milan, which I thought was a nice way. On freight forwarding, the key points to remember, for those who aren't in the trade, and that's only me and Kevin, is you have to remember the alphabet soup. You have to know your CDSs, your chiefs, your ICSs too, your NCF. And key point, you have to know your YFN. And it's the Young Forwarders Network who are the people who are going to be producing the chairman and perhaps the directors general and the others in years to come. And as Kevin would remind you, it's people who spot the talent early, give you the chance, which allows you to go on and perform, whether as a practical person or whether you get up into management and into the boardroom when you're allowed to come to lunches like this. I want to talk in praise quickly about the industry leadership and how the BIFA and the leadership come together, and you have to go on building up, coping with whatever government throws at you, which may be EU exit, it may be the Northern Ireland Protocol and how that's going to be adjusted. And on behalf of the other 70 million people in this country, I want to thank you and all you work with and all you work for keeping supplies going during the most difficult times of COVID, of Ukraine, and all the rest. You're absolutely marvellous, and you do it all so calmly. I want to say thank you to the judges, as you did, and all those in the staff at Redfern House. Thank you all for that. And if I reach down to my glass, can you all stand up, because I'm going to have a toast to Bob. We can look with affection to the past, with admiration to the present, and with confidence to the future. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Sir Peter. And now, before lunch is served, may I invite you to welcome to the stage your host and special guest for the day, Kevin Keegan OBE, to present certificates to the finalists in each category. Finalist certificates have been sponsored by MCP plc and recognise those companies and individuals shortlisted in each of the 11 categories of the BIFA Freight Service Awards 2022. We start with the finalists in 3 modal categories. First, the Air Cargo Services Award, sponsored by IAG Cargo. The finalists are Doigro, Geodis, Mandarin Global Logistics, Noatum Logistics UK Limited, ready for a photo? Next, we have the European Logistics Award, sponsored by TT Club, and the finalists are Brunel European Limited, Ewells Cargo Care Limited, NNR Global Logistics Limited, and Westbound Logistics Services Limited. Now we have the Ocean Services Award, sponsored by Port Express. Please now welcome DG International Group Limited, Ligentia UK Limited, Map Cargo International Limited, and Uniserve Group. Now, we focus on the shortlists for the 2 specialist categories, beginning with the Cool and Special Cargoes Award, sponsored by American Airlines Cargo. In the running are JCS Livestock and Seafast Cold Chain Logistics. The second specialist category is the Extra Mile Award, sponsored by Descartes Systems. Please show your support for Anchor Freight Limited, Coyote Logistics UK Limited, Doigro UK Limited, and Unsworth UK. Halfway there, ladies and gentlemen. Shh.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
And we turn our attention to the young and upcoming individuals in the industry with the Apprentice of the Year Award, sponsored by CTEC Outsourced. The 6 finalists are Joel Amando, Aramex UK Limited, Kelly Bell, Good Logistics Limited, Elliot Haldane, Geodis Freight Forward UK Limited, Jacob Kennelly, Cargo Overseas Limited, Thomas Lowe, OIA Global, and Cameron Smith, Ligenta UK Limited. The second award, recognising individuals, is the Young Freight Forwarder of the Year, sponsored by Virgin Atlantic Cargo, and the finalists are Thomas Frost, Geodis Freight Forwarding UK Limited, Dalya Henry, ITD Global, Kyle Lawrence, OIA Global, Jordan Prangnell, Ligentia UK Limited, Jenna Speed, Kuna Nagel Limited, and Cherry Sullivan, UK Cargo, Pacific Logistics Limited. And now we come to the general categories, beginning with the Project Forwarding Award, sponsored by Macbeth Insurance Brokers. The finalists are Doigro UK Limited, Good Logistics Limited, UCargo LLP, and Wallace Shipping Services Limited. UCargo? Up next, ladies and gentlemen, the Specialist Services Award with new sponsor Time IT. Please welcome Channel Ports Limited, Freight Logistics Solutions, Seafast Logistics, and U-Cargo LLP. The Staff Development Award is sponsored by Albacore Systems. The finalists this year are Geodis Freight Forwarding UK Limited, LV Shipping Limited, Speedy Freight, and Uniserve Group. And, ladies and gentlemen, the final group to receive their certificates are the finalists in the Supply Chain Management Award, sponsored by Boxtop Technologies. Please welcome B&H Worldwide Limited, Freight Logistics Solutions, Killick Martin & Co Limited, and Ligentia UK Limited. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to join BIFA members of the sponsor judging panel in congratulating the companies and individuals recognised here today. May I now invite Sam Clarke, Acting Co-Chief Executive of Transaid, to the stage. Sam Clarke.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here today and would like to thank BIFA and its guests for the continued support that you give to Transaid. For those of you who haven't heard of Transaid before, we're an international development organisation. We aim to transform lives through providing safe, available and sustainable transport. We're incredibly grateful to all our corporate partners, including BIFA. The last few years have been challenging for all of us. In addition to many of the challenges linked to the COVID-19 pandemic, there's been a dramatic shift in the allocation of funding for development projects, making it harder for organisations like Transaid to access funds. All this in a context where there is growing and urgent need for our work amid evidence that some of the gains made prior to the pandemic have been lost. The unwavering support of BIFA and our other 32 corporate partners have helped us weather these tough times. It's difficult to comprehend the scale of the impact of poor road safety in sub-Saharan Africa until you start to understand that of the 1.35 million people that die and the estimated 50 million people that are injured on our roads each year, over 90% occur in low-income countries. Road crashes are now the biggest killer of young people aged 15 to 29 in Africa. And for those that are victims of serious injury, there are long-term consequences for these families who have to cope with the loss of income and ongoing medical costs. Our programs are working to achieve the targets set by the Sustainable Development Goals, which seek to halve the number of deaths from road crashes by 2030. Over the last year, your contributions have helped us to train trainers who've then gone on to train thousands of drivers at Transaid's partner training centres, directly helping to reduce death and injury on Africa's roads. You've enabled us to grow our road safety programs, which now operate in Ghana, Kenya, Mozambique, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia. I spend a large proportion of my time supporting these road safety programs, most recently traveling to Uganda and Kenya. Both of these programs are developing sustainable approaches with local partners, which we believe can save many lives by equipping drivers and motorcycle riders with the skills they need to make it home safely at the end of every day. I can honestly say that Transaid is one of a very small number of international organizations making a difference in this area. A key element of Transaid's road safety programs in Uganda is to work with transporters to increase the number of female drivers recruited in the industry. This approach is changing the face of a traditionally male-dominated industry. It's opening up new avenues of employment and increasing income streams for families that most need it. And we're seeing safety benefits as well. We're now close to training over 100 women in Uganda, many of whom are finding work as professional drivers in the food distribution industry, public transportation, and with some of the larger international transporters such as Total, Hema Cement, DHL, just to name a few. Of course, these women are also providing inspiration to other women for whom before the transport industry was not even considered as a viable means of employment. Last October, this project in Uganda was lucky enough to be visited by our patron, Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal as well. We're also working in areas where communities lack access to health services due to the lack of safe and affordable transport. Over the years, we've seen health outcomes improve as emergency transport becomes more available, reducing the number of maternal deaths and deaths from severe malaria simply by providing faster access to healthcare. One of Transaid's flagship programs, the Mamas program, has been working to change this for a number of years in Zambia, and we've similarly been implementing emergency transport solutions in countries such as Madagascar, Mozambique, Nigeria, and Uganda. The Mamas program, which was recently focusing on saving the lives of children under 6 suffering from severe malaria in Zambia, has had an immense amount of success, reducing child mortality by over 80% in the districts where it operates. Children's lives, like that of Wiseman on the screen behind me, who contracted severe malaria in 2019, are being saved by providing accessible transport and better access to life-saving medicines. Left untreated, severe malaria is fatal. But because of your support, there are children who are here today thanks to the funds that you help us raise. Another way to support Transaid is to join our 25th anniversary cycle challenge this September from London to Paris. This bucket list challenge is already proving popular, and nearly a quarter of the places are already taken, so move quickly if you're interested. Please talk to myself on table 2, just here, or one of the Transaid team who will be making their way around the room today. Finally, I'd just like to say thank you for taking the time to listen to me today and for all your support. We're really grateful for all that you do for Transaid and the communities that you help us serve. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. As corporate supporters of Transaid, BIFA is delighted to share your achievements here today, and we wish you a successful 2023. So, no doubt you're all feeling pretty hungry by now, so without further ado, please remain seated while I hand you over to John Stubbings, BIFA immediate past chair, who will say grace.
For what we are about to receive, let us be thankful and ever mindful of those less fortunate than ourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before we begin the main part of today's event, we have to present one of the Young Freight Forwarder Awards, sponsored by Virgin Atlantic Cargo, to Dalya Henry, who was unavoidably detained earlier this afternoon. Dalya Henry, please come to the stage.
Now we come to the main part of today's event, the presentation of the 11 sponsors' trophies for the BIFA Freight Service Awards 2022. In true Oscar style, the sponsor of each category will now join me on stage to announce the trophy winner. The representative of the winning company is invited to collect their trophy from me, so please make your way to the stage as quickly as possible. Right. I'm back on track now. We'll start our trophy awarding today by announcing winners in the modal categories of the competition. The first category in this group is the Air Cargo Award. I would like to call upon Jackie Brohy, and I've got that right because it says it here, from the sponsor IAG Cargo to join me on stage. And here she is. Give her a big round of applause to present this year's award.
Oh, thanks for joining us, Jackie. Now, 2022 saw the air cargo industry emerging from the disruption caused by the global response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the judges were keen to hear members' case studies involving the movement of goods by air and the challenges they faced and had to overcome to get the shipment to destination. So the 4 finalists for the Air Cargo Services Award are Doigro UK Limited, Geodis Freight Forwarding UK Limited,
Come on.
Mandarin Global Logistics, and Noatum Logistics UK Limited. Jackie.
And the winner is Noatum Logistics.
Goodness, they're doing a good job getting to the stage from the centre of the room, recognising that their rapid growth had resulted in complex supply chains that lacked control and oversight. Noatum's client was looking for a solution that would improve its regulatory compliance, provide end-to-end supply chain visibility, and consolidate its air freight platform. Congratulations! Noatum Logistics introduced PowerView platform and provided expertise around the regulatory requirements for constant climate air freight and customs clearance in Australia.
Right, here we go again. Let's see if I can cock this one up. Now on to the second modal category, the European Logistics Award. I would like to invite Michael Yarwood, I used to be a big fan of his when he was an actor, from the sponsor, TT Club, to come on the stage to announce the winner of this year's award. Well done, mate.
So here we go. The European Logistics Award, sponsored by TET Club, is aimed at those companies using road, short, sea or rail services to provide logistics solutions to and from Europe. With the changes brought by EU exit, the judges were looking to understand what companies have done to ensure continuation of service and customer compliance with new procedures. And so the 4 finalists for the European Logistics Award are Brunel European Limited, Abel's Cargo Care Limited, NNR Global Logistics UK Limited, and Westbound Logistics Services Limited. Michael.
And the winner is Westbound Logistics.
Had to sleep through such a cold, cold, cold night to see it. A green flash is zipping right where I'm standing. The sunlight cut into
identifying an opportunity to develop a new European logistics service and demonstrated an investment to implement this. They followed a relatively high-risk but ultimately successful strategy to achieve their goals, delivering a significant increase in turnover while also expanding the range of services available to their customer base.
Okay, see if we can cock this one up. And now on to the Ocean Services Award. I would like to ask Carl Dawson from sponsor Port Express to join me on stage to announce the winner of this year's trophy.
Forwarders using ocean freight to move cargo around the world have experienced a multitude of problems in recent years, with schedules and equipment availability impacted by many factors. Members using ocean services either as a standalone service or part of a multimodal shipment had to manage customer expectation throughout this difficult period. And so the finalists for the Ocean Services Award are DG International Group Limited, Ligentia UK Limited, MAP Cargo International Limited, and Uniserve Group. Carl.
And the winner is the Uniserve Group.
From table 42, the judges were totally impressed that Uniserve took on the challenges being faced by everyone during the breakdown of the Asia to Europe supply chain. Uniserve didn't just find a solution, they created one by way of setting up and launching their very own shipping line. Congratulations, Uniserve Group.
Okay. Can't go wrong. And now into the specialist categories, beginning with the Cool and Special Cargo Awards. Please could I ask Emma Olivero, or Oliver as I call her, of sponsor American Airlines Cargo to join me on stage to announce the winner of this year's trophy. Oh, you're there.
Lovely to see you, Emma. The Cool and Special Cargoes Award, sponsored by American Airlines Cargo, is for members organising specialist cargo and refrigerated freight services where specific arrangements are required to ensure the smooth and timely delivery. Shipments may range from small high-value pharma products through to large reefer container, livestock transportation or heritage goods by any mode of transport. And so the finalists for the Cool and Special Cargoes Award are JCS Livestock and Seafast Cold Chain. Emma.
And the winner is JCS Livestock.
The panel were impressed with the specialist knowledge of the JCS Livestock team that enabled them to coordinate the movement of 2 endangered orangutans from Germany to Blackpool and Jersey zoos. JCS demonstrated their dedication to providing a bespoke service for their clients while working with lots of different authorities, considerable hurdles too. The 2 orangutans in question, by the way, are said to have settled well in their respective new homes and hope to continue their conservation efforts soon.
Thank you, Miss Olivero. And now on to the second specialist category, the Extra Mile Award. Please could I ask Howard Marsh of sponsors Descartes, I think that's right, although it may not be, to join me on stage to announce the winner of this year's trophy. Big round of applause, please, for Howard.
Thanks for joining us, Howard. The Extra Mile Award, sponsored by Descartes, is targeted to companies that can provide specific examples of innovation or customer care by adding value and exceeding their customers' expectations in relation to international shipments by any mode of transport. And our 4 finalists for the Extra Mile Award are Anchor Freight Limited, Coyote Logistics Limited, Doigro UK Limited, and Unsworth UK.
And the winner is Anchor Freight.
Anchor Freight.
We're gonna get stronger. We're gonna feel better. You can tell this energy inside. I gotta reach higher. I wanna burn.
Really fits what Anchor Freight have achieved. It highlights the best of the industry in a time of unsettled and challenging developments within Europe. Having been approached by a local charity, Anchor Freight utilised local knowledge to put plans in place. The commitment of the team at Anchor Freight to deliver an end-to-end logistics solution for charitable donations to the people of Ukraine is a real inspiration to us all.
Oh gosh. Only another, yeah. At this halfway point, we are going to move away briefly from company awards onto the 2 individual awards we have today. The first individual award is the Apprentice of the Year Award, first introduced in 2018. Today's winner will receive prize money of £500. Oh, it says 1,000, but I'm going to take 5. Today's winner will receive prize money of £1,000, and the runners-up will all receive £250 each. Please, could I ask Marnie Rose of C-Tech Outsource to join me on stage to announce the winner of the Apprentice of the Year trophy. This is the future, everybody.
BIFA members employing apprentices were invited to nominate individuals for this award. The judges were looking for entries that showcased the difference the named apprentice had made to the organisation. Having shortlisted finalists that showed inspirational qualities, commitment to personal development, and an outstanding contribution to their employer, the judges interviewed each apprentice before making their final decision. And so we've got our 6 finalists for Apprentice of the Year. Please give a big cheer for each of these. They are Joel Amado of Aramex UK Limited, Kelly Bell of Good Logistics, Elliot Haldane of Geodis Freight Forwarding Limited, Jacob Kennelly of Cargo Overseas Limited, Thomas Lowe of OIA Global, and Cameron Smith of Legentia UK Limited. Over to you, Marnie.
And the winner is Thomas Lowe.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Thomas Lowe was a finalist in this category back in 2021, and his perseverance has paid off as he now lifts the Apprentice of the Year Award 2022 trophy. Well done, Tom. Tom completed his freight forwarding specialist apprenticeship during 2022, achieving a distinction and was quickly rewarded with promotion by his employer, a position in which he is flourishing. Tom's manager recognises that with correct guidance. Tom will progress through the ranks, saying the sky is the limit for his development.
I'm glad you told me.
And by the way, the judges also want to recognise the achievement of Kelly Bell, who impressed with her positive attitude and capacity for learning and demonstrates that apprenticeships are a valuable learning and development tool for personnel at any age. Please join us on stage to collect your trophy, Kelly.
I didn't know about that.
Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Taxi.
just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Well, I can tell you, Kelly is
believe
keen
me,
to
just
spread the
watch.
word about apprenticeships and careers in freight forwarding, and has attended local careers events in order to achieve this. Welcome to the stage.
Anyhow. The second award for individuals is the Young Freight Forwarder of the Year award. Today's winner will receive prize money of £1,250, and the forward runners-up will receive £300 each. The winner will then go on to take part in the International Young Logistics Professional Competition this spring. Please could I ask Joe Ellis of Virgin Atlantic Cargo to join me on stage, please, to announce the winner of this year's Young Freight Forwarder Trophy. Right. Sorry.
Oh, this is another wonderful award. The Young Freight Forwarder Award, sponsored by Virgin Atlantic Cargo, recognises the work and achievement of people under the age of 32 in the freight forwarding industry. Entrants had to present their career achievements to date and outline their future ambitions. Now, additionally, they had to submit an article on why they believed they deserved to win the award. And this was supported by a manager's reference. So here come our finalists for the Young Freight Forwarder Award. Please go crazy for each of these. They are Thomas Frost of Jodis Freight Forwarding UK Limited, Dalya Henry of ITD Global, Kyle Lawrence of OIA Global Limited, Jordan Prangnell of Legentia UK Limited, Jenna Speed of Kuna & Nagel Limited, and Cheryl Sullivan of U-Cargo Pacific Logistics Limited.
And the winner is Thomas Frost.
True seems I am a giant. We'll be breaking borders underneath our feet.
If you think you've heard the same name, Thomas Frost, before, you'd be correct. Thomas was joint winner of the Apprentice of the Year award in 2019, and now takes the accolade as Young Freight Forwarder of the Year 2022. Quite an impressive CV. Thomas has worked hard since joining the industry and takes a strong interest in all aspects of his work, analysing trends and suggesting new ideas to improve efficiency and cut costs. Congratulations, Thomas. And once again, competition for this category was extremely tight. And the sponsor would also like to acknowledge Jenna Speed with a special recognition. Jenna, please make your way down to the stage to collect your trophy. And as she takes probably the best route to the stage, I can tell you Jenna is one of the few people who actively sought a position in freight forwarding, having been matched to logistics by an online personality quiz. Having completed her dissertation, Jenna took a graduate position and is proud of the all-round experience she has gained in the 7 years since joining the industry. Jenna Speed.
We now move on to the presenting trophies to the winners in the 4 general categories, the first one being Project Forwarding. I would like to invite Daniel Wright from sponsor Macbeth Insurance Brokers to come up and announce the winner of this year's trophy. Would you like to come up, please? Daniel. Oh.
The successful handling of major project shipment requires much planning and a multidisciplinary team. In this category, sponsored by Macbeth Insurance Brokers, BIFA invited case studies from members that have completed an out-of-gauge project or coordinated a complex movement that has reached a conclusion in the past 12 months. And so, the 4 finalists for the Project Forwarding Award are Doigro UK Limited, Good Logistics Limited, U-Cargo LLP, and Wallace Shipping Services Limited. Over to you, Daniel.
And the winner is Doigro UK Limited.
In fulfilling a contract requiring goods to travel 213,000 nautical miles from 30 different countries, Doigro arranged 155 break bulk movements, multiple permits and police escorts, along with ground reinforcement and reduced gradients of the project site for multiple deliveries of oversized heavy goods. Doigro have demonstrated they went well above and beyond to fulfill the customer's needs for successful completion of this project.
Okay, we're getting there. The second award in this category is the Special Services Award. I would like to invite Steve Breen from sponsor Time IT to come up and announce the winner of this year's trophy. Oh, well done, Steve.
The services offered by a modern freight forwarder extend far beyond the provision of basic transportation and documentation. This category is for value-added services that enhance the customer experience, enabling them to concentrate on their core business. Such services need not be modal specific and could include warehousing, pick and pack, technology service, air or shipping line agency, or express services. The Specialist Services Award this year is sponsored by our new sponsor, Time IT. Here comes the suspenseful bit. They are Channel Ports Limited, Freight Logistics Solutions, Seafast Logistics, and U-Cargo LLP. But it's over to you, Steve.
Seafast Logistics.
Seafast Logistics really pulled out the stops to provide a solution and support a remote region, allowing that region and its people to prosper. They showed excellent dedication and commitment to provide a service where there were many political and logistical obstacles. The willingness of the management team alone to travel significant distances is also incredibly impressive. Congratulations to Seafast Logistics.
The penultimate category, yes, I've got the nod, today is the Staff Development Award. Could I please call on Cliff Atkinson of the sponsors Albacore Systems to come on stage to announce the winner of this year's trophy. I promise I won't do it this time.
Great to see you, Cliff. BIFA members, whatever their size, need comprehensive training programs to keep abreast of regular changes in regulations, industry practices, and general business matters. Now, in this category, the judges wanted to understand how members encourage and develop all personnel to be their best and contribute to the success and direction of the business. The Staff Development Award, sponsored by Albacore Systems, is for companies that have implemented or are in the process of implementing a comprehensive staff training or education program. And so, our 4 finalists for the Staff Development Award are Geodis Freight Forwarding UK Limited, LV Shipping Limited, Speedy Freight, and Uniserve Group. And it's over to you, Cliff.
I'll let you announce it this time. Oh, should I do it? And the winner is Geodis.
The judges were impressed by the broad-reaching and inclusive scope of the Geodis training program, which developed staff at all levels within the organisation. Employing around 300 personnel at 10 locations in the UK, Geodis subscribe to a recruit, develop and retain quality people philosophy to encourage continuous professional development. The investment in apprenticeships and the way in which training is aligned to career pathways is also particularly impressive. Geodis Freight Forwarding UK Limited.
Oh gosh.
And before we move on, this year the judging panel would like to recognise a second finalist in this category. Therefore, I invite the representative from Speedy Freight to come to the stage to collect the highly commended trophy. So, representative from Speedy Freight, head to the stage. Ah, there they come. I can tell you, launching in 2021, the new Learning Academy set up by Speedy Freight has been designed to meet the varying needs of learners by utilising blended learning techniques, as individuals move from foundation through to intermediate and then advanced training at their own pace. Speedy Freight have invested in 3 regional training hubs and a learning and development team whose aim is to grow and empower all colleagues within the business.
Okay. It shows you they've gone so smoothly. We've been practicing this probably for a week. Now, the final category award for today, I would like to invite Shane Paddington from Box Top Technologies to come up and announce the winner of this year's trophy for the Supply Chain Management Award. Up you come, Shane. Oh, here he is.
The Supply Chain Management Award, sponsored by Box Top Technologies, is specifically aimed at companies that have worked with their customer to provide an innovative solution, enabling them to manage their supply chain more efficiently and cost-effectively. And our finalists for the Supply Chain Management Award are B&H Worldwide Limited, Freight Logistics Solutions, Killick Martin and Company Limited, and Legentia UK Limited. Shane, who's the winner?
And the winner is Killick Martin.
My goodness, the atmosphere on table 40 is electric. With a focus on driving innovation, process improvement and digitalization through customers' supply chains, Killick Martin worked with a relatively new online leisurewear supplier, enabling them to continue their growth with a renewed confidence and to scale their business to the next level. A well-presented submission from Killick Martin with evidence of helping their customer. The judges were impressed with their KM Insight software. The judges were totally impressed that was used to demystify the supply chain and provide real-time tracking and milestones. Congratulations, Killick Martin and Company Limited.
That's it from me. Not a glitch inside. Thank you very much.
Just to let you know, we've raised £3,535, so thank you to everybody in this room. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Congratulations to all those raffle winners. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Mr. Robert Keane.
Well, thanks again, everybody. I hope you all had a good... Excuse me for a second. What? I blame the microphone. How's that? We'll start again. Only two last tasks for me to do. One's a bit of housekeeping and one's thank you. We have to vacate the building by 5 o'clock, but the bar's open, and if you can't make it to the bar here, there's plenty of places nearby where you can carry on celebrating. Obviously, I'd like to thank the sponsors again. Roger, the voice of God, who you might have heard on the University Challenge now and then. Thank you to the Toastmasters. I've got lots of friends in this room, some special guests down the front who've been great mentors to me over the years, so thank you again for that. Also, the BIFA staff. I mean, it's so easy to manage BIFA because, come on, this always happens every year. I tell them to be on their toes, to be ready to pounce on the stage so we don't have a gap. And what happens? Well, actually, no, in fact, can we give it, rather than me carry it, can we give it straight to Sharon? Because Sharon's the one who puts all the work. It's a team effort, but there's always one person who leads. All right? So, again, if you've got a team like this working for you, your job's easy. Thanks again for supporting the awards and look forward to seeing you all again next year. Goodbye.